We are live. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This is TruePowerIsMine, and this is a special report. Today's date is February 4th, 2019, the year of our Lord. I got Korin Sutton on the line today. He is a U.S. Army veteran. He is a vegan. He is a bodybuilder. And more important than that, he is a mentor of minds. And I just want to say thank you, Coach, for being on the show today.
No doubt, man. Just have to make one little correction. I was in the United States Marine Corps.
Oh, Marine Corps. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Marine Corps. Yeah. Any Marines listening wouldn't like that. Army bro.
Well, the only reason why I mentioned that, I have been totally consumed. A buddy of mine who's a recruiter sent me over a video, and it's been getting a lot of heat. It's like an Army rap song. Give it all I can, giving it all I got. And you know that we're not meeting our recruitment goals. And could you please share with some of the younger viewers, how did the Marine Corps benefit or not your life?
Okay, well, I was in the military for about 8 years. So I did 4 years in the United States Marine Corps, fully active duty. And I also deployed to Operation Iraqi Freedom 3 and 4. And then I got out and then did the Navy Reserve for another 4 years. I have 8 years experience in the military. And through the military, I had my ups and downs. But, I don't really look at the past for all the bad parts. I look at just like anything else in life, with all the positive attributes I gained just being there. So while I was there, I definitely gained a lot of attributes, definitely like leadership, discipline, keep staying consistent into things that you want to do, things like that. Those type of skills really helped me. Also, made me more mature, more of a man. Because with me, I never had, my father was never really in my life, so being in the military, you could say I gained that, that manhood.
Yeah, that. So how old was you when you joined?
I joined right after high school in 2003.
Okay,
that's when I joined.
And so did you, was you, and the only reason why I asked this, because I want young people to get a full sense, like you didn't go in here just blind, but did you give any consideration that you could possibly, lose your life for our great nation?
Yeah, I already knew that, but, when you're young, you don't think of like that. That's why they start recruiting people at the age of 17, I was 17 when I started, and my mom actually had to, sign the paperwork for me. And they tell you that. I was joining during wartime, during the Iraq thing, the whole Twin Tower incident, the 9/11 thing. So, obviously, and we were already at war. It was during Operation Iraqi Freedom 1. So, when I joined, we already started the campaign, and, this was known. And I knew the risk, but at 17, I really didn't care, man. I knew the risk, but at the same time, I was just young, full energy. I wanted to explore the world. Yes. I wanted to do a job that was super cool. And my mindset was a lot different at that time, too, because I didn't want to go to college like all my other friends were. I was tired of school. I didn't like going to school and stuff like that. And I just figured, doing the military, I can get everything that I really wanted to do all in one service, all just doing a job,
That's, it's funny that you mentioned the college thing. So, in other words, you avoided the debt trap. You didn't get indebted to some degree program to where you have to pay back all this money once you get the so-called great job, if you get that. And speaking of which, can we talk a little bit about the Clean Machine, your foundation?
Well, before we go into Clean Machine, I'm actually still in debt because even with being in the military and they do pay for your school. What happened with me which probably didn't happen. It probably happened to some other individuals and military service members out there as well. Just how we had a recent incident with the government shutting down.
Yes.
Well, the same incident actually happened, I believe, in 2009, and I was involved with that. So I got in debt because when they did the shutdown, the type of GI Bill I was on is called the Post 9/11, and I was on that GI Bill, which the government pays you, the VA, pays you for the school, and then they also pay you for some type of bachelor allowance. And when that government shutdown happened during 2009, I believe, I got affected because they weren't paying the people who was going to school and was living off of this payment. So, a lot of things got pushed back. Our school, payment just to enroll into classes got pushed back, but the schools still let us do it. But then what hurt me the most is because I wasn't really working. I was just doing it full time. And I kind of, at that period of time, I wanted to really experience what I lost, which was being a student and going to college and not really worrying about so much of working. And because I didn't get paid the bachelor's allowance, I had to use a lot of credit card. I had to start, enrolling into government federal loans and things like that. So then I started getting into debt. I'm not in debt like other college individuals. It's not like tons of money, but it's a good bit.
So you end up getting. So what was your degree again in college?
Oh, exercise science.
Okay. So, well, speaking of kind of before we go into the health and wellness, I do want to ask you this one other question. Actually, I had a young man email me. Apparently, he's in the football high school kid, and some older guys were saying that it's okay to do steroids just during football season, and then after football season, you lay off of it, I guess, until the following year. His concerns was: is there any long-term health risks for just doing steroids just for those few months?
Well, the first things first, before even answering about the steroid stuff, is first, steroids is an illegal drug. So it's illegal. You shouldn't be doing it anyways.
Yes.
Because it's highly illegal. You can get arrested and go to jail for it. Second, when you have a coach telling you that, that's not really good coaching. When you have a coach trying to tell you to on the off season, that's when we can use, and then when the season's on, because during football, sometimes I don't know what league this individual is at. I don't know if it's a high school level, college level, or pro, whatever the case may be. High school. Well, it's just not. It's illegal. You shouldn't be coaching anyone to take illegal substances.
Absolutely.
So that's number one, especially to a minor. So that's really bad.
Yes.
Number two, when it comes to the health risk at it, the thing with steroids is that there's no public studies really backing up when it comes to physical performance, and performance enhancements. There's no studies for that because steroids in the United States is highly illegal. So the only thing we do have is the steroids that's legal in the medical field, and we have studies for people who have diseases and viruses and things like that in the health field. But even we don't have that much studies backing that up, because even when the scientists or whoever runs these public studies, they have their hands crossed, because it's, like I said, the drug is illegal. So there's a lot of things that even hold the researchers back from really going in debt. But like I said, the only thing they do have is for whatever disease and virus that individual has. That's the only studies they actually have at this point. So when it comes to steroid use, I think as a coach and a trainer and stuff like that, and also a natural athlete, mean, I wouldn't take anything that doesn't have any studies really backing it up. There's no studies. I mean, when you take these illegal drugs, you're rolling a dice really hard because I mean, everything that's getting coached, even through this coach who's, let's say, for example, this coach who's telling this minor to take the steroids. I mean, his knowledge only is so far from what he used to do for himself or to other athletes. And the thing is, everyone's body is different.
Yes.
So let's say I don't even know like the measurements of how you do it. I just know it's like cc's, but I don't know like the exact numbers or whatever. But like, it could be just a small amount of whatever that kid is taking, and maybe that is enough to and it makes him be in the hospital and end his life. You don't know. You don't know, and especially because it's not regulated through the government and you're getting it in the black market, you don't know if the purity of the drug is 100% as well. So that's another risk you're taking as well, because they could be cutting the drug with fillers or a whole bunch of other chemicals just to give the same effect. But because it's not regulated through the government, you don't know what you're getting. So like this is a lot of risk when it comes to taking illegal substances. So I think the best thing to do is not take it, especially at such a young age.
Yes.
I mean, he's in high school and stuff like that. I mean, he has enough testosterone naturally that's being produced in his body that that individual can get a lot of benefits just from what he's doing now. He just has to train hard. Definitely find another coach who can really guide that individual into, becoming a better athlete without the drugs.
Forgive my ignorance on that, but is steroids a kind of drug like heroin? If you inject it, you can actually OD on it and die right then and there?
Truthfully, my knowledge in steroids is so limited. Like I don't know
anything.
I don't even know like the feeling, the effects. I mean, the only thing I know, like, there's different agents out there. You have shredding agents. You have agents that can help you build more muscle. You have agents that gives you more endurance. And there's agents that works more in the hormones area and stuff like that. So I mean, that's all I know. I don't really research so much because I don't have athletes that take steroids. A lot of my athletes are natural. And, truthfully, when I do have, because I want to tell you the truth, I mean, do I get athletes that do take steroids and want to train with me? I had my small handful of athletes that had, but I always told them that, as a professional, the only thing I could tell them is that, I'm not going to report them to the police or nothing like that, but I tell them that what you do is illegal, you shouldn't do it, and I advise them the health risk. And tell you the truth, the ones that do use steroids and they work with me, they don't end up working with me that long anyways. They work with me for like a month, 2 months, and then they drop out just because I'm not knowledgeable, and they want a coach that uses steroids and promote it. Not someone who's natural and telling them to eat broccoli and apples to get energy. So it's like they end up leaving anyways. So and it's better for me, it's better for them. But as a professional, only thing I could do when I do receive an athlete like that, an enhanced athlete, is just tell them the health risk. That's as far as I can go. I can tell them I can't do any research. I'm not going to do any research for them, because that's their life. The only thing I can do is just tell them all the warnings about it.
Speaking of coaching, I want to share, and this is more for the TV viewers right now, I want to share a testimonial from your Facebook page. It's from a Miss Swift. I'm going to play it. It's only a couple minutes. It'll go by really quick.
Okay.
So I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It has been an incredible journey working with Korin. I couldn't have asked for a better coach. And I know going forward, if I decide to, compete again, or just wanting to, advance in, my physique, then he's going to be the coach that I'm going to be seeking. And I highly recommend it for anyone that's wanting to, lose weight, gain muscle, any of your goals, he's there to lead you. And he's also been, such a wonderful friend and great support system too. I've had crazy things going on in my life, through my prep with him. I was working with Korin for for a year. It's been a year. I started back last year in December, just wanting to compete for the first time ever. I didn't have any knowledge or background about where to get started, but he just said, let's get started right now. This is the perfect time to get you ready for the bodybuilding season. And so I just decided, let's go for it. I trusted the process. There were some days where I felt really down on myself. Sometimes I didn't really get a workout in at the gym, but he was there to push me every step of the way.
Oh, my internet connection just boggled down. Hopefully it didn't mess with my live stream. But I liked her testimony, because you can tell the sincerity. You can tell that you really touched this woman's mind. You really helped her, in essence, to become a better her. Because she's feeling, you can see the confidence in her eyes. You can feel that she is empowered now. And I think that's a good word to use. I mean, you're in the business of bodybuilding and coaching people, but more importantly, I believe you're in the business of empowering people.
Yeah. I mean, Shaniva was one of my best athletes that I had, and with her, like she said, I really helped her out, and it's like with coaching, it's not just about just giving people meal plans and workout plans and that's it. It's also like getting the mind to be strong as well.
Yes.
So because everyone has jobs, everyone has life situations, and things comes up, and a lot of these situations can be huge distractions that can derail us from our goal. So as a coach, what I do is I tell my athletes, like, things is always going to happen to us. Like, we're always going to have distractions and detours that's going to take us off our path. But what's going to make us stronger as athletes, especially I don't like saying just athletes, but just even regular people, just day to day. I mean, we're always going to have these issues, but how we're going to deal with it is how we react. Number one is how we react to the situation, and number two, how we can solve it, but at the same time continue to be focused on the goal. So, like with Shaniva, I'm not going to go into her personal life, but she had a couple of distractions, a couple of ups and downs that was happening, and I coached her through that. And with the coaching, with everything we went through, I mean, this girl ended up getting her pro card. She ended up becoming a professional bikini bodybuilder within a year. After just doing 2 shows.
Well, now I got, for the TV viewers, I Googled your name, so I got a bunch of your different pictures, right? We're looking at Where's the Protein? Vegan Cookbook from Amazon.com. So you have a cookbook out as well?
Yeah. It's pretty old. It's a pretty old cookbook, but it's been out there for a while. That cookbook is really made for individuals who's starting off with meal prepping and they just don't have any idea of any type of dishes to make. Right. So what I did was I made I think it's like 50 plus recipes, and I made all my favorite recipes when I was prepping, or it was like a high carb day or something like that. Just fun, a lot of fun and healthy foods that you can make and be able to incorporate it into your lifestyle or even to your nutritional plan.
I had another good friend. He turned vegan. I'm assuming that you wasn't always vegan, but when you did turn vegan, did you kind of lose, or did some of your friends kind of distance themselves from you at all?
Distance themselves from me? No, I think, to tell you the truth, I think I probably did the opposite. I probably distanced myself from them a little bit. And And it wasn't really intentional. It wasn't intentional. It was just, life carries everyone to different paths.
Yes.
And the path that I was going on was more plant-based because I needed to connect with people that was more familiarized into the plant-based lifestyle. So I won't say like my friends really disconnected with me. Like I know I don't hang out with them as I used to, but like I said, I won't say it has anything to do with being vegan. It's just my whole entire lifestyle, I would say right now. It's just I'm a coach, I'm running my own business, I'm training a bunch of other people, I'm traveling all the time, doing public speaking events and stuff like that. So, it's really me that life just kind of took me away from my friends. But my friends has always followed me and always supported everything that I've done. I mean, I know when I first said went vegan, they were like, man, like this is going to be crazy. You're going to lose your muscles, things like that.
Yes.
But they saw what I did, and they saw my bodybuilding career, they saw my training career, and now I have influenced even some of my friends to go more vegan and vegetarian even now, and they're calling me back like, hey man, like, I've been following you for years, and I was supportive what you did, but I'm really looking at this plant-based lifestyle because since I was doing this like 6 years ago, and 6 years ago, the only thing we had back then was tofu and tofurkey and all these pops were super expensive in Whole Foods at the time, and Trader Joe's was nowhere to be found. So it was like very expensive food. There was no gardening, there was no field growth. Like a lot of these other companies that's out, it wasn't there. So when they see like how when I started, and I was like one of the first dudes, that kind of started this stuff, and then especially in the bodybuilding scene, and then see how veganism kind of matured worldwide, they realized like, man, Korin was right, and now it's like a thing. It's not a fad anymore. It's not it's not like a niche. It's something that a lot of people now are really looking at it, like, and then you can see it on the news. You probably even the Super Bowl that passed, I heard one of these plant-based companies, I don't know which one. I didn't have time to watch the Super Bowl, sadly, but I heard that they did have some commercials on the Super Bowl with vegan companies, which is like huge. It's huge. So, it's definitely grown.
Yes. I mean, and like the first time I talked to you, I asked you because, I grew up in the Midwest, brother. Meat and potatoes, you want to get strong, you got to eat meat, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Do you think that was just basically the older folks just not having the information, like, how we have Google and all that today? Like, people have been so long listening to the people who make bacon and pork chops about nutrition instead of, having a true food pyramid, something that is sustainable.
I kind of think, I grew up eating meat myself, and I think when it comes to, does lobbyists play a role? Yeah, they play a role, but I'm not going to say they play a big role. I think it's just how everything is structured and just how everything is and the lifestyle. Just everyone was gravitated to that. I don't work in Congress, and so I can't really say exactly what the FDA or other lobbyists really do. I just know from what I read, from books and other doctors and things like that. But I don't know like actual facts, because to me, I'm a factual guy. Like I have to be there, And I've heard two sides of it. I heard what other experts probably said about lobbyists and things like that, and I believe there's some truth with that, where lobbyists paid for dairy products to be on the My Plate, and it's not sustainable, it's not healthy, but they paid for it. But then I also heard on another hand where the FDA does care about the health care of humans, and they do care about human consumptions and what's in the meat, things like that, quality. And I think it's just through time, especially since now we know that consuming a lot of meat is a high in carcinogens,
Yes.
and it's high in cholesterol, and these can directly link to a lot of diseases like cancers and heart disease and things like that. And because of time, I believe with time and everything like that, now we know. So now the question is what are we going to do? Are we going to try out different diets? Are we going to try out this vegan lifestyle? You know, and I know with me and the school I went through, you know, the vegan lifestyle was actually promoted to be one of the healthiest lifestyles to be on. So even though I was influenced by an activist, when I changed my major, it was just more proof was just coming out when I was in school. So, I mean, it just motivated me more to continue this path that I was on, that I'm on, you know.
Now, when you say that, like, I'm looking at one of your pictures, and I know that you just recently you're super busy. You know, you just came back into country from a trip, I believe, down to Brazil. Now, do you actually have time to do home gardening to where you can possibly grow maybe some peppers or tomatoes, or you don't have?
No, I live in the city, you know, so I don't have time to do all that stuff. Yeah, and I don't have a green thumb, so even if I tried, you know. So like, just be a waste of time trying to grow some stuff. So with me, what happened was I just purchased frozen fruits and vegetables. You know,
now
that's
you
what I
mentioned
did.
Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. Do you have any other like kind of chain stores where, I mean, like a lot of us, you know, the only things we have around us are like a Walmart, maybe a Kroger, Save a Lot, something like that, Albertsons or Ralph. Are there any chain stores that you know where you can get good quality, wholesome, fresh vegetables?
I mean, you can always do farmers markets. You know, so farmer markets will be like definitely a great way to get some fresh fruits and vegetables. But also, like, you can go to all the markets that you just said, because even frozen foods are just as high in nutrients just as the fresh ones.
Oh, really?
You know, because when it comes to frozen fruits and vegetables, they flash freeze it. So once it's flash frozen, all the nutrients is in the plant. It stays like that. It's actually more fresher than fresh, you know, produce that you would get in the produce aisle versus the frozen. Just because when you kind of think about it, when you get the produce right off the plant and when they rip it off the plant, the transportation and also putting it on the shelf, you have to remember, once the plant is off the stem, then the lifespan starts to go down.
Yes.
You know, so like once it's off the stem, you have to think about that the nutrients is breaking down from the plant. You know, so versus something that's frozen, they pull it right off the stem, and then they flash freeze it immediately, and then they ship it. So once you do that flash freeze, everything that you get, especially once you rip it off the vine, is still there. It's packed. Nothing's broken down.
No, we were looking at some of your pictures. I guess exhibition. Now, some of these, you're extremely ripped, dude. You're extremely cut. Very good physique definition. And I'm just want to ask, you're doing this totally natural, obviously, you know, you don't believe in doing drugs, but are you incorporating your, oh my God, the pill, not the pills, but like the vitamins and stuff, the supplements. And are you dieting prior to your competitions, or are you staying like this all year round?
No, like right now, I'm not like the pictures that you're probably looking at. You're probably looking at my competition pictures.
Yeah.
So like the competition pictures, I'm like, especially the most previous one, I'm at 3% body fat. So, you know, I do not stay like that all year round. Number one, it's not sustainable and it hurts, and it requires a lot of training involved to keep that physique, and it's a lot of time that I don't have. I mean, I got a life, I got a business to run. Yeah, so I can't live a lifestyle as a true 100% full-time bodybuilder. You know, I have to coach people and do other things, you know. And so what you're looking at is just for competition. like during my off season, I usually stay around somewhere between 10 to 12% body fat. Right now, I'm at 12%, which is still healthy. It's a healthy percentage of body fat to be around, and it's very sustainable. And when it comes to supplements, I do take supplements, but I take supplements not because I'm vegan. I always want to say that, because I was taking supplements even when I wasn't vegan. Like just like any other fitness enthusiast who's trying to, be fit and put on muscle. If I wasn't vegan, I would have been taking, because before I was taking whey protein and animal packed multivitamins, which is horrible. And now I'm taking more, because I'm vegan now, I take more plant-based supplements, obviously, and it's more natural. They all use non-GMO and organic ingredients, because when we think about supplements, all supplements come from some type of food source.
Yes.
But then, depending on the company that you're getting the supplements from, this will all determine on the quality as well. So, because some companies do use synthetic ingredients, fillers, and chemicals as well. So the company I'm with is called Clean Machine, and Clean Machine is an all plant-based and vegan-owned running company and supplement company. And with our products, there's no fillers, no flavors, no chemicals. Everything's from a plant-based source, and we use non-GMO and also organic ingredients in all our products. So, with me taking supplements, it has nothing to do with being malnourished. I take it to perform better. It's like food engineering and sport enhancement, but with more natural ingredients, things that's not going to give you any type of side effects.
Right. Not so hard on your body, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now,
let me give you an example. For example, we have a protein that just came out a couple months ago called Clean Green Protein with Lentine. So Lentine is actually a brand new superfood got discovered about 2 years ago, and we're the first one into market to have it. Now, Lentine gets its name from the water lentil, because it's grown on the surface of lakes. But what it actually is actually a weed that ducks eat. So it's duckweed. And these ducks eat this plant right off the lakes, and it looks like it literally looks like a lentil, but it just grows on the surface of the water, and it takes about 48 hours to be fully sprouted. So when it's sprouted, you're getting a lot of nutrients from it. Now, with the Lentine, we add this into our protein, and 60% of the protein is made with this superfood. And the superfood nutrient density is higher than kale, spirulina, chlorella, and also moringa. And it's super packed in protein as well. In one scoop of our protein, you get about 20 grams of protein, plus you get 7 grams of your dietary fiber, plus tons of micronutrients. And this is why it's a superfood, because of micronutrients. You're getting tons of vitamin A, you get your B vitamins, magnesium, iron, calcium, plus tons of other more vitamins and minerals. Plus, you get about 53% of your omega-3, 6, and 9. So it's not just a superfood, but it's literally the king of all superfoods. It's really, really good.
That's well. It's amazing how science can go out here and basically, I know it's not, but you kind of how they just basically scoop up this stuff on top of the pond, refine it in such a way to actually have good beneficial body. And the only reason why I say this, because I saw a report the other day about how a lot of people who eat meat unwillingly are ingesting parasites as well. So, like the country, really, we kind of have a parasitic problem in our guts, and a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And it's from all that the decay and stuff. Once again, guys, everyone knows me. I am a meat eater. Even though I try to really ration my consumption of meat on a weekly basis or whatnot, and obviously getting older, I guess naturally you start gravitating more towards vegetables and good foods for more nutritional value. But the thing we have to realize, We are living in a society that, think about it. When you drove down the street today, how many fast food places did you drive by? How many convenience stores packed with junk, basically sugar and carbs, did you pass by? I mean, it's so easy for a person, to unwilling, you're a little hungry. You run up there into the 7-Eleven, you grab yourself a Slurpee and a candy bar. What type of nutrition are you really putting in your body?
No nutrition.
Exactly.
Yeah. So all this processed food that we're consuming doesn't have any nutrients in it. So we want to get the nutrients from the food, from real food. If it's coming in a box or a bag or something like that, maybe you shouldn't be consuming so much of it. I'm not going to say stay away from it 100%, but definitely want to have that balance, and definitely want to be consuming a lot more real food, more whole food plant-based, be more on a whole food plant-based diet.
Now, are there any new super vegan food like coming up on the market this year that no one kind of knows about?
Oh, like when it comes to foods?
Yes.
I don't know any new foods. The only thing I know is the best diet will always be a whole foods plant-based diet. So, pretty much anything you get from a produce section in your grocery store, that's where you want to really be consuming. You want to be consuming the rainbow, literally. So different colors of fruits, different colors of vegetables, grains, legumes, nuts, seeds. You definitely want to be consuming tons of that. And stay away from processed foods and high starchy foods that's been processed.
You're talking about like the French fries and the potatoes and all that.
Yeah, like French fries because if it's like white baked potatoes, nothing's wrong with that. But once you dip that potato and cut it up and you fry it in oil, first the oil is oil is fat. It's pure fat at its purest form. So like when you consume that, it turns into fat immediately because it's already in fat, and it's a refined oil too. So that means that there's the nutrients in refined oils is really high, like the macronutrients. So, like for example, like fish oil, is about like 1 tablespoon is like 14 to 16 grams of fat. Now, and then if you're using the same thing with like any other vegetable oil or whatever, it's really high, 1 tablespoon. Now imagine you're not going to be able to fry any food with 1 tablespoon.
No.
You're going to be frying with a couple cups of oil, like maybe a half pot of oil, and you're dunking it into that.
Yes.
So imagine how much oil that's in that food, dunking and frying it, and then on top of that, the oil ends up becoming a carcinogen because of the high heat. So once the oil connects into high heat, then it becomes a carcinogen too. So now that potato is filled with saturated fat, and it's a carcinogen now as well. Because frying it. So you're getting a double whammy doing like fried food. So it's really, really bad. It's really, what you want to do is really stay away from it as much as possible. Yeah, and like I said, like you don't have to be perfect. Like, do I eat French fries? Of course. Like, I eat French fries. I don't eat French fries from McDonald's. Yeah, I'll go to like the frozen section, get a bag of French fries that was already pre-cooked or baked, and then I put it in the air fryer, which is it literally makes your food, and you can put anything in there. Literally, makes your food taste like it's fried, and gives that texture of a fried, but it uses 0 oil. So this is a great way that you can, and a great tool that you can still get the same like French fry feeling, yes, but without all the high saturated fat and oils being added to the food.
So, when you keep on saying all these things are carcinogens, obviously that means our food is part of the whole rise in the cancer rate of the country.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And no one's talking about that, though. No one's talking.
I think people are talking about it. I mean, I've seen it many times on like the doctors and what's the guy's name, Dr. Oz. I mean, they talk about it. It's just people aren't it's like when you're listening, but you're not comprehending.
Right.
I think people kind of don't want to hear it. You know, it's like I hear you, but like I don't want to change. And I think most of it is just because of society. I mean, uh, I I feel like when it comes to the American society, we always wait till the last minute.
Yes.
Yeah, and we kind of look at that when there's a holiday or something. Like look at Christmas. Like, did people go shopping early for Christmas or wait last minute?
Oh,
Last minute, because
yeah.
on the 4th, the 23rd, the malls are super packed. It's not packed all throughout the other weeks, and we know like Christmas is right there, 25 days out. But the malls aren't packed like on the 1st. It's packed on the 23rd and the 24th. The last minute, and that's when we want to start doing things. And I feel like we kind of do that with our own health. We worry about other things like work, trying to make money, our cars, lifestyle, and we put everything else ahead of us instead of ourselves, our actual health.
Right.
Yeah, I think health. I think when it comes to our society and how we think about health, we kind of look at it as a luxury thing. It's always put on the side. It's never put as number one. Yeah, it's not a priority. And because if it was, I wouldn't be doing my job. I wouldn't be a trainer. Everyone would want to be sick. People being something else. I'd be doing something else. That'd be great.
But don't you think a lot of that whole we don't give a crap about our health goes back to this notion like we believe there's a pill for everything? If I get sick or cough, I can take a pill. If I have high blood pressure, take a pill. Like everything's a pill.
Yeah, I think it's not. I believe it's a lot of education. It's just lack of education all around. Lack of education when it comes to nutrition. Yeah, so like also, I think by now we know that most doctors don't get a lot of nutritional education,
Right.
and that's not their fault. I mean that's the school curriculum. They don't add it. They don't add it there for them to have X amount of hours of nutrition. So it's not really their fault. They're just going from what they learned from their schooling, and they pay thousands of dollars to learn these things so they can help people as well. I mean, that's why doctors are doctors. They're not there just to be a salesman to sell medicine. They're there to really help people.
Right.
But this curriculum is set up in a way where they're just teaching them about medicine and pharmaceutical drugs. And I'm not going to sit here and say pharmaceutical drugs are bad. There's a time and place, but I think we're abusing them because every time if someone's hurt or ill, the first thing we want to do is go straight to a pill. Even when we have a slight headache, I'm going to take it off the doctors and just say, even with us, when we have a slight headache, we're fast to go grab an aspirin. And me being a trainer, sometimes headache just comes from a knot in the trap muscle or in the neck muscle, and maybe it's overused and it just has to be released. But what we're doing is we're taking stuff that because it gives us faster release. What's faster? Getting a 15-minute massage, but you need to find someone to do that for you. You book an appointment. You have to look for it versus a pill, which is more convenient. Go to CVS. There's CVS's and Walgreens everywhere. Buy a pack of pills for $5. Take a pill in 15, 20 minutes. Your headache's gone. You don't have to look for nobody. You can do it yourself. So I think it's just a big mixture of conveniency and how society is working. And what we're trying to do now is just trying to show people more natural ways to deal with things that's going to have less side effects and actually kill the root of the issues and the problems. And something what I learned, which is like preventive medicine. Preventive medicine is the best medicine.
Yes.
Why wait till you have a heart attack or cancer and stuff like that if we can do habits that can prevent it from it 100%.
That how you said that right there just made so much sense. It's like it goes back to the convenience thing. It's like we're going to find the most convenient way to die. I'm convinced of this. We are going to find the most convenient way to die collectively.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to say that if we do not curtail this present trend that we're on as far as all the processed foods, you know, how obesity is really kind of getting out of control. Not trying to fat shame nobody. We're going to end up running into a true national security issue with not being able to adequately recruit young folks to, you know, take up very important armed forces positions. And once again, guys, just because you go into the service don't mean you're going to be on the front line. For every one soldier, there's 32 people backing him or her. So there's a lot of opportunity there. You know, you got a lot of good benefits. I'm sure that you even took advantage of the GI Bill when you got out. You know, you got the VA to get yourself a house. A VA loan to get yourself a house. You have the VA to keep up on your medicines and your health in general. You know, so the service is a great, and I'm going to say it like it is, especially if you're coming from low class, you know, meaning like you're almost homeless, your family's almost homeless, to the working poor or lower middle class or even middle class. Guys, if you want to get out of that cycle of poverty and you really want to have a sense of honor and pride and dignity about you, the military is an excellent way to do that. Excellent way to do that. You know, and once again, you know, I make no bones about it. You know, hopefully these words that we're speaking today would touch the right person and actually affect the change in your mind.
Yeah.
So that you can have a better life. Because, you know, me and brother, man, we got our lives. You know, I'm 46. I'm over the hill as far as, you know, all that's concerned. If I'm not thinking right at this point in the stage of the game, then there's no hope for me. You know. but the whole purpose of these shows that I'm doing, and I am so thankful for you, Brother Sutton, to come on and share your knowledge and your life experience with us, because you don't have to do this, obviously, you know, you really don't, but I so appreciate that you care enough about other human beings that you're willing to share, you know, and that's, I think, is a part of our collective growth as a society. We have to put away our selfishness, and we have to really want to help each other. You know, so, you know, that being said, you want to say anything else? Because we're coming up on about the hour mark.
Yeah, man. The only thing else I have to say really is, like, if anyone is interested in learning more, being on a plant-based diet, or they want to transition or to a plant-based diet, or even for fitness training, coaching, if you live in the South Florida area for private one-on-one training, definitely look me up. You could find me on social media, which is I'm mostly on Instagram and Facebook, and also YouTube. So you can always type in my name, which is Korin, Korin Sutton, Sutton, or you can go on my actual website, which is bodyhdfitness.com. I repeat, bodyhdfitness.com. Go on there, check out the programs that I have. Also, sign up for my weekly newsletter, because on that, I'm always sending out free tips on fitness, lifestyle, and also nutrition. So, you know, definitely sign up for that. Check out the programs, and that's it. So, if anyone's interested with stuff like that, definitely check out my social media links and also my website.
Hey, you know, before you go, I just want to let everybody know, you know, you're a true patriot. You're a true American hero. Real quick before you go, I know you're eating your lunch and whatnot, but what does the United States of America mean to you personally?
To me, it's really a country where everyone is able to come together, because truthfully, I travel all around the world, and I'd say when it comes to United States of America, we probably have the most diversity from what I've seen, you know, in the world. Yeah, and you know, some of the problems that we have isn't so bad. You know, it's not so bad compared to other countries. You know, I think some of our differences and stuff is just because some of the problems that we do have and differences that we do have is just because you have people from all walks of life in this country trying to live together. And when you have that all together, I mean, you're talking about color, culture, religious views, political views, and it's just like a big old melting pot of different types of people all just want to come together. And honestly, like I said, we have our issues. We have our racial problems. We have political problems. And we have religious problems. We have tons of stuff. But I think that, I always tell people, like, every time I travel and come back, I love traveling. I love seeing the world. And I truly appreciate what everyone has to offer. But down in my heart, I always feel like, America's a pretty good place. It's not so bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what, let's stop Rudy Putin this. It's just always blah, blah, blah. Get your head out of the sand, put your chin up, stick your chest out, and be happy that you're in this land. We can make this better. If it's really messed up, you know what you need to do? Get out, vote, and change it.
You run for president, bro.
Well, maybe in a few years. I gotta get more gray. Well, brother, I just want to tell you, man, God bless you, dude. And seriously, thank you for your service to our nation. Thank you for your service to our young people and everybody else that you're actually helping to become better people. And I'm not saying they're not good people. I'm saying they're the reason why I say they're better people because they feel better after your consultation.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. I truly appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, no problem, brother. All right, this has been Special Report. Thank you all, and hopefully you'll join me tomorrow. Peace. Oh, try to live your life with integrity, without hate, envy, or greed.